all the guests say who they are. I'll go first. I'm Percy Miller, Master P. And when you talk about building generational wealth, it's about education and passing this down to the next generation. And credit is so important than money. And that's what we're going to talk about today. Carlos, you could go down and then the buys, and let's go down to each of the guests. Say who you guys are, and we're going to be talking about generational wealth and about credit.
All right. So we're talking about credit and building generational wealth. It is so important because credit is the foundation, and without a strong foundation, the financial future could be unstable. So we're going to go down and talk about building generation, and we're going to talk about, how to leverage that credit and to actually build wealth with it. Okay? Boss, Anthony?
Yeah, and Boss, and credit, fundamental pillar of all success. I also want to address a couple of subjects like people that's coming from being incarcerated and get back into the public and build their credit up and let them know that they're not, outcasts, that's in college. They're trying to come up now to them the importance of wealth now of credit so they can have it for the future and longevity and trying to stop gentrification. So those are subjects that we can address everything, but I just like to put them out there. Try to deal with these situations that's going on in their lives right now. So the next step.
So I'll go. My name is Ranisha, known on Instagram as Big Bentley Niche. I am a financial literacy advocate, especially for poverty communities, and I have a financial literacy curriculum that was just implemented this year into some of the hardest and toughest inner city schools for middle-aged school children, and I am currently working on about 50 new schools, but high school students. I am passionate about teaching my people how to overcome poverty, and I think that one of the keys to that is to be educated on credit, since a lot of us wasn't, raised with a silver spoon. So that is the outlet for me, and just to empower them with that.
I go. My name is Antoine Salas, also known as the Credit Genius. When Carlos and Master P put this together, I jumped at the opportunity because for the last 10 years I've been going out of my way to teach clients and people the power and the importance of credit. I got a philosophy I call the Great American Credit Secret. This philosophy is why our parents didn't really know a lot about credit. They don't teach credit in schools. And so I'm just so honored, to be a part of this movement,
I guess I'm up next.
Yeah.
I guess team up next. How you guys doing? I hope everybody well. My name is Weldon Naselli. I'm better known as Ace One Credit. On Instagram, I'm Ace One Credit. I can change your life. And I'm very passionate about credit because credit, at the end of the day, it changed my life. It put me in a position that I'm in today. One point, I was one of those individuals that were in that position where I lost everything due to foreclosure, repossessions, judgments, and I learned the craft of credit to get me, thankfully, in the position that I'm in now. So I'm very big on, again, generational wealth, teaching the youngsters, especially the youngsters, about credit and how credit works, how to leverage credit, and basically put yourself in a stronger, better position. And of course, with credit, the finances come right along with it as well.
I'm Danielle Karina. I'm Entrepreneur Magazine's resident mentor and founder of TriBuilder Media. I'm excited to be here to just share my own story of rebuilding credit and how that's changed my life. After I had a bankruptcy and lost everything after a divorce years and years ago, I worked with someone similar to Carlos and learned how to rebuild everything and was able to turn that into a multi-million-dollar media agency and a couple of other businesses as well. And through learning that and working with someone, I was able to help share that same information with my daughters, who both have higher credit scores than I do, ironically, and have, I have a 21 and 23-year-old daughter, and they both have lines of credit that exceed like $20,000 on a credit card through immediately working with them. So I'm happy to be here and help share my story.
Hey everybody, I'm Natalie Nicole Smith, and I'm super excited to be here. I'm just a girl that decides to go for it. I went to Howard University, graduated with over $150,000 in student loans, and at that moment, I did not know what to do. So immediately I got into entrepreneurship. I opened up my first beauty salon when I was 22 years old, and at that very moment, I realized that credit was everything. When I opened up my location, I had to pay over $10,000 in cash for a deposit, and because I had poor credit at the time, 400, I felt like my hands were behind my back. I then realized the need to diversify my income. I got into the network marketing industry, and then suddenly it all clicked to me. Natalie, use this money, student loans, use this money, start building credit, and now as a multi-millionaire, in the past 2 years, I was able to earn over $6.9 million in the health and wellness industry, and now I teach families all across the world, women all across the world, primarily how to diversify their income, build their credit up, and live the life of their dreams.
Yeah, so a round of applause for everybody that's here. The most important thing that I want to share with you guys, being passionate about educating our culture and our people. This is so important, and that's why we're on this call today. We want to give that blueprint and share that blueprint with our peers, with our kids, and we want to build economic empowerment, and it starts with us getting together and being able to share this knowledge. Knowledge and information is so important. I was able to change my life by educating myself. And when you talk about credit, because we all talking about how credit changed your life, but it's the education to what's going on. Like we say, they don't give us those secrets. They don't share that with us in school. We have to bump our heads and learn the hard way. And we have to break that negative stereotype that we've been passing down from generation to generation. And this is the way we do it. We formed a brand called thecreditguard.com. You could go there and register right now. And we have so many amazing people that's here as guests. And we're going to keep doing this until our people get it. And when we talk about our people, we're talking about all of us as a culture. Talking about blacks, whites, Asian, Latinos, coming together saying, how can I fix my credit? And how can I make my life better? Because everybody wants a better life. And being responsible, because your credit is your report card for life. And when you go into a car dealership, if you have bad credit, you'll never ride out there with a car. Or you're going to spend so much money putting down on this that other people don't do. People with great credit, they don't have to do that. Even a house, whatever you want to start your business. So I think this is so important that we pick each other's brains, and we don't mind giving you guys our secrets. This is going to be one educational session that we complete today, but it's going to be so many different levels of this because there's so many different levels of credit. And I'm thankful for the guests that are on here today because we all are passionate about helping others. We want to help our people fix their credit. So Carlos, why don't you start off and tell us your journey and what do you think that our culture and our people need to better themselves when it comes down to building generational wealth in credit?
The first thing that I realized, I'm gonna talk about my journey first. So
yeah.
I grew up, kind of, and I understood that there was a lot of people having things that we wasn't capable of getting. The only thing I heard, people won't give us anything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Never understanding that there was an algorithm behind that to be able to get that. So my life goal searching for, how to be able to accomplish, financial freedom. I stumbled upon credit. I was running businesses at the time. My business was doing mediocre, but I knew I could have been doing better, but I was financing it all out of my pocket. But once I got into credit and got funded and got the capital that I needed, it amazed me. It blew my mind, it opened my mind to another world. So I started a credit repair company. I asked the guy to teach me, so I started a credit repair company. And I was fixing people credit. They was coming back, 3 months later, 6 months later, a year later, and their credit was worse than ever. Worse than when I started, because they had got so many credit lines and things, and they didn't know how to manage it and tore it down. So my main purpose and the things that we're pushing is to be able to show them how and educate them on credit, how to build it, how to establish it, how to get high lines of credit, and all these other things, and also to be able to manage it after you get all these things and leverage it to build wealth. So that was my goal, was bigger on an educational level to help educate people, all around the United States on how to become, financially free and build wealth through credit.
Yes. I'll give him a round of applause. So what I like about this, because people think that people don't hear that we come from some high level of education. Everybody on here been through something, been through failure. We talk about all of us that messed our credit up, had to start over, student loans, all kind of things. And I want people to realize that it's no perfect people. So, and what I like about Boz was talking about, even from the prison system, and like explain why it's so important if a guy that's incarcerated or a girl that's incarcerated, life is not over. Once you get out, you have a second chance. Why not better your credit to go and create wealth to build it like everybody else?
Touch on something, because that's something that you in my heart. Because as you know, I was incarcerated. Right?
Yes.
I was released, and I was educated in finance and school anyway. And we did some things that we came together and teach our life when we were help change our life.
Yes.
But I'm concerned about the disproportionate amount of our people that are in prison in America. They get released, and I know all you guys because I come from that area. And they come home and they have nothing, or they don't teach you anything about finance.